The stars outside the spaceship window looked like streaks of white paint on a black canvas. Vegeta sat in his small, round space pod. His arms were crossed over his chest. His eyes were closed, but he was not sleeping. He was thinking. He was shaking. He was not shaking from fear. He was shaking from rage, and maybe just a tiny bit from excitement. A few hours ago, his scouter had exploded. It had screamed a number that made no sense. It was a number higher than Captain Ginyu, higher than the Ginyu force combined. It was even higher than King Cold. Vegeta knew King Cold's power. It was a heavy, suffocating power. It felt like a cold blanket that covered the whole galaxy. But then, that power had vanished. It didn't fade away slowly. It blinked out, like a candle in a hurricane. Someone had killed King Cold. Someone had wiped out the strongest family in the universe. Vegeta opened his eyes. They were black and intense. He looked at the navigation screen. Destination, Earth. Time to arrival, 1 hour. Vegeta clenched his fists. Who did it? Was it Kakarot? Raditz had said his brother was sent to a weak planet. But Raditz was a fool. Nappa was a fool. They were all dead now. Vegeta was the last Saiyan, the prince of all Saiyans, and he had to know the truth. If there was a warrior strong enough to kill King Cold, Vegeta had to meet him. He had to fight him. He had to prove that he, the prince, was still the best. The space pod shook as it hit a pocket of gas. Vegeta didn't blink. He just stared at the little blue dot growing bigger on the screen. Earth. A mud ball. A planet of weaklings. How could the strongest being in the universe die there? It didn't make sense. Unless the legend was real. The Super Saiyan. Vegeta's heart beat faster. Could it be? Could a low-class clown have achieved the form that Vegeta dreamed of every night? No. Impossible. I am the elite, Vegeta whispered to the empty pod. I am the prodigy. If anyone becomes a Super Saiyan, it will be me. But deep down, he was worried. He pressed the accelerator. The pod shot forward, faster than light, hungry for answers. Meanwhile, on Earth, the air smelled like antiseptic and warm soup. Kakarot opened his eyes. He gasped. He sat up instantly. His body was stiff. He expected to see the red sky of the demon realm. He expected to see stone walls or a cage. He expected Dabura standing over him with a sword. But he saw none of that. He saw a white ceiling. He saw sunlight streaming through a window. He saw a machine beeping rhythmically next to him. Beep, beep, beep. Kakarot looked at his arms. They were wrapped in white bandages. He touched his shoulder. The hole from the fire spear was gone. It was just a pink scar now. He touched his back. The stump of his tail was bandaged too. It didn't hurt anymore. It just felt numb. Kakarot ripped the wires off his chest. The heart monitor flatlined with a long, high-pitched tone. A door opened. A woman with blue hair rushed in. It was Bulma. Behind her was a small, bald man. Krillin. Kakarot jumped out of the bed. He crouched in the corner of the room. He bared his teeth. He growled, "Who are you? Where am I? Is this a prison?" Bulma put her hands up. "Whoa, easy. Easy, big guy. You are safe. You are at my house. Capsule Corp." Kakarot narrowed his eyes. "Safe? There is no safe. There is only the hunt. Why didn't you kill me while I was sleeping? That is what I would have done." Krillin stepped forward. He looked nervous. "We don't do that here," Krillin said. "We are friends. You saved us, remember? You fought the purple guy. You fought the big king. You saved the whole world." Kakarot lowered his guard slightly. He remembered. The desert, the pink sun, the black crystals. He looked at his hands. They were clean, no blood, no dirt. "This place, it is too clean," Kakarot muttered. It smells fake. Bulma laughed nervously. It's called hygiene. You were covered in alien guts and sand. My mom had to wash you 3 times. Speaking of mom, an older woman walked in. She looked just like Bulma, but with blonde hair and glasses. She was carrying a tray. On the tray was a mountain of food: roast chicken, mashed potatoes, fruit, bread, milk. Kakarot's nose twitched. The smell hit him like a punch. He hadn't eaten in he didn't know how long. In the demon realm, food was scarce. You hunted rats, you ate moss. Sometimes, if you were lucky, you stole a piece of dried meat from a guard. This was a feast for a king. Oh my, the older woman said. You look hungry, dear. Here, eat up. She placed the tray on the bed. Kakarot looked at the food. He looked at the woman. Is it poisoned? He asked. Why would I poison you? The woman asked. You are a growing boy. Kakarot didn't wait. He lunged at the tray. He grabbed a whole chicken leg. He shoved it in his mouth, bone and all. Crunch. He swallowed it. He grabbed a handful of potatoes. He ate like a wolf. He ate like he would never eat again. Bulma and Krillin watched with wide eyes. Wow, Bulma said. He eats like a Saiyan, all right, just like the stories. Kakarot finished the food in 2 minutes. He licked the plate. He burped. He felt better. His energy was coming back. He stood up. He walked to the window. He looked out. He saw a city. West City. It was bright. Cars were flying in the air. People were walking on the streets. They were laughing. They were holding hands. There were no guards, no whips, no fire pits. It is strange, Kakarot said. What is? Krillin asked. Peace, Kakarot said. It feels soft. It makes you weak. If you are soft, you die. That is the law. Bulma frowned. That is a sad law. Here we help each other. That makes us strong. You helped us, didn't you? Kakarot paused. He thought about it. Why did he help them? He didn't know them. But when he felt the world dying, he felt angry. He didn't want his home to be destroyed before he even saw it. I just wanted to kill the strong guys, Kakarot said. He turned away from the window. I need to go. Go? Bulma asked. Go where? You just woke up. I need to find my ship, Kakarot said. I need to train. The Demon King is still out there. He will come for me. And when he comes, this soft world will break. I need to be ready. Bulma sighed. Your ship? You mean the pod you fell in? It's in the lab. My dad is fixing it. But it's pretty banged up. Kakarot walked past her. Show me. While Kakarot was inspecting his broken pod in the Capsule Corp lab, something dark was happening in the desert. The battleground where Kakarot had fought King Cold was quiet. The sand was still fused into glass in some places, but deep underground the black crystal was working. It was the crystal Kakarot had summoned, the seed of the demon realm. It was pulsing. Thump, 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 thump. It was sending roots into the earth, black, veiny roots. They spread through the sand. They touched the roots of a cactus. The cactus turned black. Its spines grew long and sharp. It started to move. It pulled its roots out of the ground. It walked like a spider. A lizard scurried by, a small yellow desert lizard. It touched the black sand. The lizard froze. Its eyes turned red. Its skin bubbled. It grew. It doubled in size, then tripled. In 10 seconds, the lizard was the size of a crocodile. It had spikes on its back. It hissed. The sound was not a lizard hiss. It was a demon hiss. The infection was spreading. It was not just changing the land. It was changing the life. The demon realm was trying to clone itself on Earth. And the source of it all was the lingering energy of Kakarot. Back at Capsule Corp, Dr. Briefs was scratching his head. He had a white cat on his shoulder. He was looking at Kakarot's space pod. Fascinating, Dr. Briefs said. truly fascinating. The technology is advanced, but also primitive. It looks like it was repaired with magic. See this weld here? He pointed to a seam on the metal. That's not welding. That's fused molecular bonding. And it smells like sulfur. Kakarot stood next to him. He was wearing clothes Bulma gave him. A blue t-shirt and jeans. They felt tight. He hated them. He wanted his demon armor back, but it was destroyed. Can you make it fly? Kakarot asked. Dr. Briefs nodded. Oh yes, I can fix the engine, but the navigation system is fried. It will take a few weeks to code a new one. Weeks? Kakarot shook his head. Too long. I need gravity. Gravity? Bulma asked. She was leaning against the door frame. Why do you need gravity? To get stronger, Kakarot said. The demon realm has heavy gravity. 10 times heavier than here. My body is getting weak in this light air. I need weight. Dr. Briefs lit a cigarette. Gravity, huh? I can build a gravity room. I built a simulation chamber for the government once. I can modify it. Make it go up to, say, 100 times Earth's gravity? Kakarot's eyes lit up. 100? That is good. That is heavy. Do it. Bulma rolled her eyes. You Saiyans are all muscleheads. Fine. Dad will build your torture room. But you have to answer some questions first. Kakarot crossed his arms. What questions? Bulma walked over. She looked intense. Who are you really? You said your name is Kakarot. But my radar, looking for the Dragon Balls, it led us to you, or near you, and you have a tail. Well, you had a tail. Just like... She stopped. Just like who? Kakarot asked. Just like a friend I used to have, Bulma said softly. A little boy with a tail. He was strong too, but he vanished a long time ago. Kakarot looked at her. He felt a strange ping in his head, a memory that wasn't his. A grandpa, a 4-star ball. He shook his head. It was gone. I am Kakarot, he said firmly. I was sent to the demon realm when I was a baby. I survived. That is all. Suddenly, the sky turned dark, not from night, from a ship. A round white spaceship entered the atmosphere. It was moving fast. It was burning hot. It streaked across the sky above West City. It created a sonic boom that shattered windows. Boom! Kakarot looked up. He sensed it. A power. A sharp, arrogant power. It felt like his own power, but cleaner, less wild. It's him, Kakarot said. Who? Krillin asked. The one from space, Kakarot said. The other Saiyan. Bulma gasped. Another one. Are we being invaded again? Kakarot ran to the door. I don't know, but I'm going to find out. He ran outside. He jumped into the air. He flew towards the landing site. Krillin followed him. Wait, Kakarot, you're still injured. Bulma ran to her air car. I am not missing this. Dad, keep working on the gravity room. The spaceship crashed in the wastelands, about 50 miles from the city. It hit the ground hard. It created a crater. Steam hissed from the pod. The door opened. Hiss. A white boot stepped out. Then a blue bodysuit. Then white armor. Then a face with a scowl and spiky hair that stood straight up. Vegeta. The prince had arrived. Vegeta looked around. He sniffed the air. This planet stinks, he muttered. He checked his scouter. It was broken, he remembered. He threw it on the ground and crushed it with his heel. I don't need a machine to find him, Vegeta said. I can feel him, a large power, coming this way. Vegeta crossed his arms and waited. He didn't have to wait long. Kakarot landed on a rock opposite him. Krillin landed behind Kakarot, looking terrified. Vegeta looked at Kakarot. He looked him up and down. He saw the spiky hair, the black eyes, the face. It was the face of Bardock. So, Vegeta said. His voice was dripping with sarcasm. It is true, a surviving Saiyan. And a low-class one at that. You look just like your father. Kakarot tilted his head. You know my father? Vegeta laughed. Know him. He was a scientist. A brilliant scientist, but a weak warrior. He died with the planet, just like everyone else, except us. Kakarot didn't react to the news of his father's death. In the demon realm, death was Tuesday. So, Kakarot said, you are a Saiyan too. Why are you here? To kill me, Vegeta scoffed. Kill you? Maybe later. I came to see who killed Cold. Was it you? Kakarot nodded. He was big. He was annoying. I threw him into the sun, or space, somewhere far. Vegeta's eyes widened slightly. You threw him. You defeated King Cold alone. Kakarot shrugged. He was strong, but he was slow, and he talked too much, like you. Vegeta's eyebrow twitched. Watch your tongue, low-class trash. I am Prince Vegeta. I am the elite. You should be bowing to me. Bowing. Kakarot laughed. It was a rough, barking laugh. In the demon realm, we don't bow, we bite. If you want me to bow, make me. Vegeta grinned. A fight. Good. He wanted to test this Kakarot. He wanted to see if the power he sensed was real. Very well, Vegeta said. I will teach you your place. Vegeta dropped into a fighting stance. Kakarot did the same. He crouched low like a beast. His hands were open like claws. Krillin watched from behind a rock. Oh man, Krillin whispered. This is bad. They are going to blow up the planet. Vegeta moved first. He was fast. He disappeared. He reappeared behind Kakarot and chopped at his neck. Kakarot didn't turn. He ducked. He swept Vegeta's legs. Vegeta jumped over the sweep. He fired a Kai blast down at Kakarot. Kakarot rolled away. The blast hit the rock. Boom! Kakarot jumped off a cliff face and launched himself at Vegeta. He punched. Vegeta blocked. Smack! The impact created a shockwave that blew the dust away. They began to trade blows. Punch, kick, block, dodge. They were evenly matched in speed. But their styles were different. Vegeta was precise, like a soldier. Every move was calculated. Kakarot was wild. He was unpredictable. He used his head. He used his knees. He bit. At one point, Kakarot tried to bite Vegeta's arm. Vegeta pulled back in disgust. What is wrong with you? Vegeta yelled. You fight like an animal. Have you no pride? Pride? Kakarot asked. Pride doesn't fill your stomach. Winning does. Kakarot lunged again. He landed a solid punch on Vegeta's cheek. Vegeta flew back. He wiped a drop of blood from his lip. He looked at the blood. He smiled. Okay, you are strong. Stronger than Nappa. Stronger than I expected. But let's see how you handle real power. Vegeta flared his aura. It was purple. It was the Gallic Gun aura. The ground shook. Kakarot flared his aura too. It was purple and black. It felt heavier. Vegeta noticed the difference. Your ki, Vegeta said. It feels wrong. It feels cold, evil. What have you done to yourself? I survived, Kakarot said again. That is his answer for everything. Vegeta flew up into the sky. He cupped his hands. I will show you the difference between a beast and a prince. Gallic gun, fire. A massive beam of purple light shot down at Kakarot. Kakarot stood his ground. He didn't use the Kamehameha this time. He wanted to try something else. He remembered the crystals. He stomped his foot. Rise, he shouted. But nothing happened. No crystals came out. Kakarot was confused. Why? He was on regular ground. The infection hadn't reached here yet. He had no external source to draw from. Crap, Kakarot said. He crossed his arms. He took the blast. Boom. The Gallic gun hit him. It pushed him into the ground. It burned his arms. It pushed him deep into the earth. When the smoke cleared, Kakarot was standing in a crater. His clothes were torn. He was smoking. but he was standing. He was breathing hard. That stung, Kakarot said. Vegeta floated down. He looked impressed. You took that head on. Not bad. But you are at your limit. I can see it. You are injured from your fight with cold. You are not at full strength. Kakarot spat out the tooth. I am fine. I can go all day. Vegeta laughed. No need. I have seen enough. You are not a Super Saiyan. Not yet. But you have potential. I will let you live. For now. Kakarot stood up straight. You are letting me live. You are arrogant. I could rip your throat out if I wanted to. Vegeta turned his back. Try it. But know this, Kakarot. Frieza is dead. Cold is dead. The universe is open. There is a vacuum of power, and I intend to fill it. I will train. I will become the strongest. And then I will come back for you. And if you haven't gotten stronger, I will kill you. Vegeta walked back to his pod. He paused. By the way, Vegeta said, fix your tail. A Saiyan without a tail is just a human with a bad haircut. Vegeta got into his pod. The engine roared. He took off. He flew away into the sky. Kakarot watched him go. He touched his stump again. He missed his tail. It was his balance. It was his weapon. But he had sacrificed it for freedom. Was it worth it? Yes, he was alive. Krillin ran over. Are you okay? Krillin asked. That guy was scary. Kakarot nodded. He is strong, but he thinks too much. He fights with his brain. In the demon realm, you fight with your gut. Bulma's air car arrived. She jumped out. Did I miss it? Is he gone? Kakarot sat down on a rock. He is gone, for now. But he is right. I am weak. I need to train. Bulma, is the gravity room ready? Bulma sighed. Give me a day. You guys are obsessed. While they were talking, a sound came from the desert. A low rumble. The ground began to crack, not in the wastelands, but back where the crystal was. The infection had reached a critical mass. The giant lizard was not alone anymore. A whole pack of desert wolves had been turned. They were now black, spiked beasts with glowing red eyes. And they were hungry. They sniffed the air. They smelled the city. They smelled fresh meat. They started to run. A stampede of demon beasts heading towards West City. Back at the crater, Kakarot's ears twitched. He heard it, the howling. It was a sound he knew well. It was the sound of the demon realm hunting party. He stood up. His eyes went wide. No, he whispered. Bulma looked at him. What? What is it? Kakarot looked at the horizon. I brought it with me, he said. The infection, the beasts, they are here. Krillin looked confused. What beasts? Kakarot pointed. There. A cloud of dust was rising in the distance, and out of the dust came the monsters. Giant wolves, giant scorpions, giant snakes, all corrupted by dark magic. They were tearing through the highway. Cars were swerving and crashing. People were screaming. It's my fault, Kakarot said. His voice was hollow. I used the crystal. I planted the seed. Now the garden is growing. Krillin saw the monsters. Holy crap. Look at the size of those things. They are huge, Bulma screamed. They are heading for the city. My mom and dad are there. Kakarot clenched his fists. He was tired. He was battered. But he was the only one who knew how to kill these things. You have to aim for the heart, Kakarot said. Or the head. They don't stop until they are pieces. Krillin, get Bulma to safety. Krillin nodded. On it. But what about you? I'm going to clean up my mess, Kakarot said. Kakarot didn't fly. He ran. He ran towards the stampede. He ignored the pain in his body. He felt a strange responsibility. In the demon realm, you only looked out for yourself. But here, these people were innocent. They were soft. They didn't know how to fight demons. And Kakarot, for the first time in his life, felt like a protector. Not a predator, a protector. Was this what it meant to be a Saiyan of Earth? Or was he just protecting his new territory? He didn't know. He just knew he had to kill the wolves. He met the first wolf on the highway. It lunged at him, jaws snapping. Kakarot slid under it. He punched upwards. His fist went through the wolf's soft underbelly. Purple blood sprayed. The wolf collapsed. Kakarot didn't stop. He jumped on the next one. He ripped a spike off its back and stabbed it in the eye. He was a whirlwind of violence. He was brutal. He was efficient. He was terrifying. The people in the cars watched in horror and awe. A boy was tearing monsters apart with his bare hands. But there were too many. Hundreds of them. The crystal was pumping out energy, mutating everything in range. Kakarot was getting overwhelmed. A scorpion tail hit him in the back. He fell. A snake wrapped around his leg. He was trapped. "Get off!" Kakarot yelled. He bit the snake. The snake hissed and squeezed harder. Kakarot felt his ribs cracking. He needed power. He needed a weapon. Suddenly, a beam of light hit the snake. Dodon Ray. The snake's head exploded. The grip loosened. Kakarot scrambled free. He looked up. Floating in the air was a small, floating doll. No, a small mime. It was Kaotsu, and next to him, a three-eyed man. Tien Shinhan. They had arrived. "We heard the commotion," Tien said. He floated down. "You look like you need a hand." Kakarot looked at the three-eyed man. He sensed his Kai. It was disciplined, sharp. "Who are you?" Kakarot asked. Tien smiled. "Just another martial artist. Let's save the introductions for later. Right now, let's save the city." Tien put his hands together. Tri-beam. Ha! A massive square of energy slammed into the pack of wolves. It crushed 10 of them instantly. Kiaotsu fired rapid psychic blasts. Krillin joined in, throwing destructo discs. Kakarot felt a surge of adrenaline. He wasn't alone. He had a pack of warriors. This was new. This was good. Kakarot roared. He jumped back into the fray. With Tien, Krillin, and Chiaotzu covering him, he cut a path through the monsters. They pushed the tide back. They fought for an hour, until the last wolf fell, until the last snake was dead. The highway was a mess of purple blood and monster parts. Kakarot stood on top of a pile of carcasses. He was covered in gore. He looked like a demon himself. Tien landed next to him. "You have a wild style," Tien said, "but effective." Kakarot wiped his face. "They are dead, but the source is still there. The crystal. We have to destroy the crystal, or they will keep coming." Tien nodded. "Show us." They flew to the desert, to the spot where Kakarot had fought cold. The ground was pulsating black. A giant crystal shard, 10 feet tall, was sticking out of the sand. It was glowing red. It looked like a beating heart. "That is it," Kakarot said. "The seed." Tien frowned. "I feel evil energy coming from it. It feels ancient." Kakarot stepped forward. "I put it here. I have to take it out." He placed his hand on the crystal. He expected to absorb it, but the crystal rejected him. Zap. Red lightning shot out. It threw Kakarot back. He landed on his back. It won't let me back in," Kakarot said. "It has grown too strong. It is independent now. It is trying to make this world into the demon realm." "We have to destroy it," Krillin said. He charged a Kamehameha. Tien charged a Dodon Ray. Kakarot charged a Dark Blast. Together, 1, 2, 3. They fired. 3 beams hit the crystal. Boom! An explosion rocked the desert. Smoke rose. When it cleared, the crystal was still there. It had a crack, but it was glowing brighter. It was absorbing their energy. "It is eating the Kai," Kakarot realized. "Just like Yarkon. We can't blast it. We have to break it physically. But it is harder than diamond." Just then, the crystal hummed. A hologram projected from it. A face. A red face with horns. Dabura. The projection was blurry, but the voice was clear. Kakarot. Dabura's voice echoed over the desert. You thought you could escape? You carried the key with you. You planted the door. Good boy. Kakarot froze. Dabura. Prepare yourself, little monkey, Dabura said. The door is opening. The invasion begins. The hologram faded. The crystal split open. A rift in space appeared. A small portal. Not big enough for Dabura, but big enough for something else. A hand reached out of the portal. It was a blue hand. Then a staff. Then a woman. It was Topher, the scientist of the demon realm. She stepped out onto the earth sand. She took a deep breath. Ah, Earth, she said. So much potential energy. Kakarot growled. Towa. You. Towa smiled. Hello, Experiment 73. Or do you prefer Kakarot? I am here to collect data. And to finish what my brother started. She pointed her staff at the crystal. The crystal grew larger. It began to hum louder. I am going to turn this planet into a giant laboratory, Towa said. And you are going to be my favorite subject. Kakarot stepped forward. Over my dead body. Towa laughed. That can be arranged. She waved her staff. The sand around her rose up. It formed into soldiers. Sand golems, hundreds of them. Kill them, Towa ordered. The golems charged. Kakarot, Tien, Krillin, and Kaotsu stood back to back. The war for Earth had just shifted from aliens to demons, and Kakarot was right in the middle of it. Episode 9. End. Next time on Saiyan, of the Demon Realm. The demon invasion begins. Towa unleashes her magic on Earth, warping reality itself. Kakarot and the Earthlings must fight an army of sand golems. Meanwhile, Vegeta senses the demonic energy and turns his ship around. Will the prince join the fight, or will he let Earth fall? And what dark experiment does Towa have planned for Kakarot? Don't miss the next episode.